And today I want y'all to see, that Asians do not worship white people. They worship whiteness, but they have whiteness way before white people even came to Asia. And his article by Ned Sharp, the article came out back in February 14, 2019. And it says, this. And the article is titled Why the East Asians Want Pale Skin. It has nothing to do with Western beauty standards. In East Asia, it is uncommon to find people fully dressed on the beach, carrying umbrellas on a sunny day, or wearing a full face cover mask in parks. Women in particular go to extreme length to achieve pale skin, whether it's through excessive whitening skin care routines or melanin reducing injections. But where did all this come from? Some Western media outlets like to report that their desire to have clear white skin is a reflection on East Asians wanting to look more European. However, this hypothesis barely scratches the surface when discussing the origins of pale skin beauty standards. In China, Japan, and Korea, long before exposure to European beauty standards, tan skin was associated with low class field workers, while having pale skin signified social prestige. For those same reasons, European women during the Renaissance period also frequently turned to dangerous methods of achieving pale skin and unblemished skin. Some women even painted mercury on their face or applying leases to their skin to achieve their desired complexion. According to the Global Institution analysis, China makes up roughly 4% of all whitening product sales in Asia. Japan makes up for 21%, and South Korea 18%. Each of these countries have their own variation of practice and historical association with these beauty standards. So exactly how and when did this multi-billion-dollar industry kick off? Here we go. Now this is China. Skin had been considered to be desired by Chinese women as far back as the Han Dynasty, 206 BC to 220 AD. People believed that the color of one's skin was a reflection of their social status. Having pale skin showed that you had the luxury of being able to relax indoors instead of working in the fields. So, for all you African Americans and black people across the African diaspora, always trying to say that, well, oh, we were original people, Asian, blah, blah, blah. It's stating right here that they associate having dark skin, having any type of tan skin, mean you working outdoors, carpenter work, farming, building, anything. You were considered low class because you work outside all day. While you have pale skin, white skin, that means that you have the luxury of being indoors, you're very rich and wealthy. You guys should really start reading about stuff and quit trying to go on with pseudo ideologies and science and uncommon sense and use common sense in this research stuff. These beauty standards have been an impact on food trends as well. During the Ming Dynasty, 1368 through 1644 AD, Chinese medicine manuals recommend consuming certain food to achieve lighter skin. Among the three recipes was the three white soup, which consists of white peony root, white atratilus, white toho, and licorice. A different, slightly stranger remedy recommends swallowing pearls that have been ground up into powder. There are several variations of old Chinese saying that it is still often repeated today. It goes, white skin can help conceal 100 other defects in your appearance. Pale skin has been a beauty standard in China for over a very long time, and even today. Roughly 40% of Chinese women regularly use skin whitening products according to a World Health Organization study. The same health World Organization that helped spread the Wuhan virus, COVID-19. That's the World Health Organization helped did that because they covered it up. Considering some Chinese skin lighteners still contain mercury, which can cause serious health issues and therefore have been banned in the USA. This is what Japan thinks about having, whiter, pale skin. Similar to China, there is an old Japanese proverb which states that a fair complexion has several flaws. Long before any contact with Europeans, the Japanese believed pale skin was beauty while dark skin was often viewed as unattractive. See, there you go, black people. See, it's more of a cultural standard with them than saying that, you having dark skin means that you're ugly, you're unattractive, and so we're are letting them project their point of view, their beauty standards on us instead of saying, well, we don't really care. We follow our own beauty standards. This is the problem, y'all. Y'all black people are so hyperactive in thinking that Europeans call minds Asian minds. No, Asian minds are uncolonized. This is just their cultural beauty standards that they are projecting. You're letting your mind be recolonized by another different, other people outside your culture. What did the guy say? Meet the new boss, same as the old boss. That's what y'all doing. Y'all letting your mind being clouded. During the Nile period 710 through 794 up until the Heian period 794 to 1185, cosmetic products for skin whitening became closely associated with nobility. Women often apply liberal amounts of white powder called ashinuli to their face, which was also used by kabuki actors and geisha. During the Edo period 1603 and 1868, the beauty standard shift slightly, and women begun to seek and women become seek and women began seeking a more natural looking pale complexion. Back in the old days, it was considered proper etiquette for a Japanese woman to wear makeup, and these women were often expected to keep their white makeup on from early mornings to late at nights, even when they were in the bath. The process of applying makeup was also considered to be an act that should not be seen by others. See, this is in Japan. If you look at black people, this has nothing to do with your race. This has everything to do with their beauty standards, and Europeans have nothing to do with it. Now, this is in Korea. K-pop idols and Korean actors are known for frequently whitening their skin color in photos. Like many other celebrities across Asia, this is a preference for white, blemish-free skin dating back all the way to the Gojoseon era, 2333 BC and 08 AD, the first dynasty in Korean history. So there you go. For a similar reason to China and Japan, Asian Koreans with pale skin were often told. For similar reason, for similar reasons to China and Japan, Asian Koreans believe. For similar reason to China and Japan, Asian Koreans with pale skin were often told they look noble. Asian Koreans with pale skin were often told that they look noble. Smooth pale skin of both noble men and women were described as resembling pale jade. Ancient Koreans had also slight.
Sut.
Ancient Korean had also sought skin lightening method during these periods. Women often applied
Dregs.
women will often apply dreads of honey or
Goryeo.
Women often apply dregs of honey or mineral lotion to their skin while applying class children or menthol lotion to their skin while upper class children of the
Goryeo.
Goryeo dynasty 918 to 1392 are said to have washed their face with peach flower water for white, transparent skin. Today, the Korean plastic surgery industry has developed everything from skin bleaching products
Procedure.
today. The Korean plastic surgery industry has developed everything from skin bleaching to procedure to skin whitening injection for
Porcelain.
today. The Korean plastic surgery industry has developed everything from skin bleaching procedure to skin lightening injection for porcelain skin. Many plastic surgeons believe popular Korean celebrities have always undergone similar processes. Women can often be seen wearing foundations several shades lighter than their skin. Women can often be seen wearing foundations. Women can often women Women can often be seen wearing foundations several shades lighter than their real skin tone and applying filters to their folds to lighten their skin. Well, here comes the Western influence. Light skin is still frequently associated with wealth, privilege, and status in Asian countries, and the skin whitening industry is only projecting to grow. And the skin whitening industry is only projected to grow further in the following years. However, some believe that the spread of capitalism and Western culture has further
Complicated.
However, some believe that the spread of capitalism and Western culture has further complicated these beauty standards by associating Caucasian and the global wealth and power of the USA with white skin. A study on the use of Caucasian method in Asian beauty industry found that 44% of Korean and 54% of Japanese advertisement featured Caucasian models, even when local models were used. The color of their skin remained, for those most part, pale. A different report that examined racial representation in the Korean magazine, I ain't gonna try to pronounce it. It's like CC. It was probably wrong. Discovered that while Asian women was pictured more than any other race, white women were not far behind, and other races was largely absent in the publication. However, while modern day exposure to European beauty standard has certainly added another layer in the desire for pale skin, Asia has also created its own beauty standards. Therefore, this question for white Therefore, this quest for white skin is less an attempt to emulate Caucasian features and more to do with wanting to be perceived as wealthy and higher class within Asian society. Regardless, the popularity of skin whitening products depicted is dangerous.
Despite.
Regardless, the popularity of white skin products depicted is dangerous.
Despite.
Regardless, the popularity of whitening product this regardless the popularity of skin whitening product despite its dangerous. Regardless the popularity of white skin depict is dangerous shows the prevalence of coverage within East Asia and the extreme length both women and men are willing to go to fit into these beauty ideals. And that's really it. So all this I just read in this article and actually showing you what's really going on. This has nothing to do with won't be European. These are their own beauty standards and ideals. This is how they view themselves. This is what culture is. Culture is a perspective of how people view themselves. A lot of them don't like it because the way our skin is. Well, they gonna have to just deal with it. And on top of that, y'all should just go read this article for yourself. It's a lot of articles out there. You can always just type in Asian beauty standards and pale skin, and you can read articles that tell you that you can probably find interviews in a lot of Asians on YouTube and online. Someone telling you what their beauty standards is. This is what I have to say to y'all. So seriously, go read the article, do more research on it, and stop trying to say Europeans colonize the Asian mindset. No, these are the, like I said, there's a little influence on it, but mainly these are their own ideas. These are their own beauty standards ideal. So read it, comment, like, and subscribe to the channel.